Chase Sapphire Preferred Card Review 2025. Worth it or leave it? If you're thinking about travel rewards credit cards, the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card has probably come across your radar. It's one of the most popular travel credit cards in the United States, praised for its flexible points, generous welcome bonuses, and travel perks. But is it still worth it in 2025? Today, we'll break down everything you need to know about the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, its rewards, fees, benefits, and how to maximize its value so you can decide if it's right for you. Let's start with the basics. The Chase Sapphire Preferred Card is a points-based rewards card primarily geared toward travelers. It earns Chase Ultimate Rewards points, which are widely regarded as one of the most flexible and valuable rewards currencies in the credit card world. The card has a solid earning structure: 5 points per dollar on travel purchase through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, 3 points per dollar on dining, 3 points per dollar on select streaming services and online grocery purchases, and 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. This setup makes it a versatile card for both everyday spending and travel-focused spending. One of the biggest attractions is the welcome bonus. As of 2025, new cardholders can earn up to 80,000 bonus points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of account opening. This can translate to $1,000 in travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, or even more if you transfer points to airline and hotel partners strategically. Most people don't realize how powerful this is. The value of Ultimate Rewards points can often exceed 1.5 cents per point when used wisely. That means the bonus alone can cover multiple trips if redeemed effectively. Now, here's a surprising truth. The flexibility of Ultimate Rewards points is what sets the Chase Sapphire Preferred apart from many other travel cards. You can use points to book flights, hotels, rental cars, or experiences directly through Chase's portal, often at a 25% bonus. Alternatively, you can transfer points to over a dozen airline and hotel partners like United Airlines, Southwest, Hyatt, and Marriott. This opens up opportunities for outsized value, especially when booking premium cabins or high-end hotels, where points stretch further than cash would. Next, let's talk about fees. The Chase Sapphire Preferred Card has an annual fee of $95, compared to premium travel cards that can charge $500 or more. This is relatively modest, especially considering the benefits and the potential value of the welcome bonus. However, it's important to note the APR. For 2025, the variable APR ranges from approximately 20.24% to 27.24%, depending on your creditworthiness. Carrying a balance on this card is not recommended. Travel rewards cards like this are best used to maximize rewards and pay off balances in full each month. Now, let's dive deeper into the rewards and redemption strategies. As I mentioned earlier, the card earns extra points for travel and dining. Dining rewards are particularly valuable because dining tends to be a significant portion of monthly spending. Whether you're dining out, ordering takeout, or even paying for food delivery, earning 3 points per dollar adds up quickly. Travel rewards through the Chase portal earn 5 points per dollar, making it an excellent tool for booking flights, hotels, and rental cars at discounted rates. And the 1 point per dollar on everyday purchases ensures you're still earning some rewards on other spending. But here's where most people get it wrong. They focus solely on points accumulation without optimizing redemption. The key to maximizing the Chase Sapphire Preferred is using Ultimate Rewards points wisely. For example, transferring points to airline partners can sometimes double or even triple the value of your points compared to using them in the Chase portal. Let's say you have 50,000 points. Through the portal, you might redeem them for $625 in travel. But if you transfer to a partner airline and book a high-value award ticket, those same 50,000 points could be worth $1,000 or more. Strategic use of point transfers is what makes this card a favorite among savvy travelers. Now, let's cover some of the card's other perks. The Chase Sapphire Preferred offers trip cancellation and interruption insurance, primary rental car insurance, purchase protection, extended warranty coverage, and more. Trip cancellation and interruption insurance can reimburse you up to $10,000 per person and $20,000 per trip for covered reasons, a valuable safety net for travelers. Primary rental car insurance covers most rental cars in case of damage or theft, which is particularly useful if you don't have collision coverage through your personal auto policy. These benefits are often overlooked but can save you significant money and hassle. Another often underappreciated aspect of the card is the flexibility for everyday purchases. Unlike some travel cards that heavily restrict bonus categories, the Chase Sapphire Preferred still earns points on groceries, streaming services, and other select purchases. For families or individuals with mixed spending habits, this ensures that the card remains relevant year-round, not just for travel. Now, let's do a quick example to illustrate value. Imagine you spend $500 per month on dining and $1,000 per month on travel book through Chase Ultimate Rewards. On dining, you would earn 3 points per dollar, totaling 1,500 points per month. On travel, at 5 points per dollar, that's 5,000 points per month. Combined, you earn 6,500 points per month, or 78,000 points per year. If redeemed through the Chase portal with a 25% travel bonus, that's $975 in travel value annually, almost covering your annual fee multiple times over. If transferred strategically to partners, this value could exceed $1,000, potentially making the card free or even profitable in terms of rewards versus spending. The card also offers a suite of travel protections that enhance its value in 2025. Lost luggage reimbursement, travel accident insurance, and trip delay reimbursement can all provide peace of mind. Many casual cardholders ignore these perks, but if something goes wrong during travel, these benefits can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Additionally, purchase protection covers new purchases for 120 days against damage or theft, up to $500 per claim and $50,000 per account, which is useful for electronics or gifts. So, what about drawbacks? The main drawback is the limited bonus categories compared to premium cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. While 5 points per dollar on travel book through the portal is excellent, general travel purchases outside the portal only earn 2 points per dollar. For high-spending travelers who book directly with airlines or hotels, a different card might offer higher returns. Additionally, the 25% portal bonus only applies when redeeming through Chase. If you need cash back, the redemption rate is lower. Finally, carrying a balance is not advisable due to the high APR. Another consideration is the competition. Cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, American Express Gold, and Capital One Venture X offer more expansive perks, higher rewards rates, and luxury travel benefits. However, these cards also come with higher annual fees. The Sapphire Preferred strikes a balance between affordability, solid rewards, and flexible redemption, which is why it remains one of the best entry-level premium travel cards in 2025. Now let's address the long-term value. If you're planning multiple trips a year, enjoy flexible redemption, and take advantage of point transfers, the Chase Sapphire Preferred can pay for itself many times over. The card's strength lies not just in its points, but in the combination of travel protections, flexible redemption, and the robust Chase Ultimate Rewards ecosystem. For frequent travelers, it's almost indispensable, especially for those who want a strong travel card without paying reserve-level fees. In conclusion, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card in 2025 remains a strong choice for anyone interested in travel rewards and flexible points. Its main advantages include a lucrative welcome bonus, flexible point redemption, solid earning on dining and travel, and valuable travel protections. The main drawbacks are the limited portal bonus on direct travel purchases and high APR for carried balances. The card is best suited for travelers who pay off balances monthly, actively redeem points, and enjoy booking through the Chase Ultimate Rewards ecosystem or transferring to airline and hotel partners. If you love travel, want a card that grows with your spending, and are looking for a card with excellent value for its $95 annual fee, the Chase Sapphire Preferred is worth a serious look in 2025. It's not just a rewards card, it's a tool for smart travelers who want to maximize points, save money, and enjoy peace of mind while on the road. For most travelers, this card can more than pay for itself in a year, making it a strong contender for anyone looking to elevate their travel experience.